Hey guys, Marcinkin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to do the team building guide for the LR TURLES Army EZA that comes out tomorrow on Global and JP at the same time. This video is going up at 11 PM UK time, so it will be out in 7 hours from when the video goes up. So obviously if you're regular global players, you know the times that events normally come out. This is an hour and a half ahead of when things would normally release on global, which is strange because with it releasing on JP at the same time, you would have thought it would come out later and just come out at the JP time on both versions, which is what very often happens when we get these events during shared celebrations and stuff like that. But for some reason it's coming out early, so if you're watching this video as soon as it goes up, the event is out in 7 hours time. I will be live to do the EZA on stream, and then we will get into testing out this unit and taking a look at what they can do. I did a video going over all of their details. I mean, I'll scroll down a little bit here if you want to pause to see what they do. You can go ahead. I do have a video breaking it down and talking about my thoughts on it, but we're going to jump into the team building guide for their EZA. Now of course they are an LR, so their EZA will be 10 stages. You get 3 stones per stage, 30 stones. You get a mission for beating stage 7, which gives you another 3, so 33 stones overall. You'll get all the medals to awaken these guys, 5 extra STR Kais to get them straight to SA 25, and a bunch of STR orbs as well. And the weakness category for their EZA is Goku Family. So obviously this is one of the bigger and more varied categories in the game, so you do have a lot of options to choose from. Now remember, for an LR EZA, the category is all about defense. So Goku Family characters are the characters that will defend the best against the Team Turles in this EZA. But to deal damage, if you want to do extra damage, get through this as quickly as possible, you need to have the legendary power link active, so you want as many LRs on the team as possible. It can be done with a full team of TURs, as long as you're using the right category. It just takes longer because they don't do as much damage. So you want as many LRs on the team as possible, but Goku Family obviously has quite a lot to choose from. And so we'll be going through some of them here. As always, with my team building guides, we'll be going through the top picks and honourable mentions for characters to use on the team. If there's any units you think I missed out or should have talked more about, do let me know down below in the comment section. And if you do find the guide helpful at all, do hit that like button and obviously subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are getting very close now to the worldwide celebration, so tons of content coming your guys' way as that celebration gets underway. So we're going to jump in straight away here with some leader options. Now, of course, we have the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's a bit of an older unit now, but obviously EZAs are not the hardest events in the world. And this guy straight up has a Goku Family category leader skill for 180%. So this will be a lot better than some of the other leads. Like, there are Goku Family characters for leader skills that do go up to 200%, but obviously not everybody is necessarily going to be on the plus 30% categories. So if you find that a large majority of your team would only be getting the 170 lead from a certain leader, then this guy obviously could be more beneficial because he gives the 180% in total. Plus, of course, he is AGL, so he's already got type advantage. He's an LR. He does have the chance to counter super attacks, which is quite useful as well. So he can be a very solid option for a leader or a decent unit to bring on the team if you're bringing a different leader. Obviously, there's not going to be, unless you're running maybe like the Tech Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who doesn't really get a mention in this one, but would be good for getting the Saiyan Raw and everything, like the Super Saiyan links, Super Saiyan 4 links active with this guy. But he could certainly be a solid option for the leader. Then an interesting one, of course, we have the Go Bros with their EZA. They lead Siblings Bond or Goku Family. Goku Family, they just get the 3 key 170. These guys take a little bit of a while to build up, so I guess EZAs being shorter events are not necessarily the best scenario for them, but there'll be another solid Goku Family LR on the team to get legendary power active, and obviously can be used as a leader if you need, because it covers the entire category. Now we also have the Tech Goku and Gohan from the Golden Week from 2022. They have a Goku Family lead for 4 key and 150. These guys are a pretty decent slot 2 or 3 unit. They could hit relatively hard, at least on release. If you get enough key, they get extra super attack and everything. So these guys can be okay for dealing some damage. They're more of a last resort choice for a leader. And obviously I do want to prioritize probably AGL characters over some of these other LRs. But these guys, we don't get to use them much anymore. We'll probably be waiting a long time for them to get an EZA. I did really like this unit on release, but EZAs are probably now, EZAs and Battlefield, I guess, are like the only places where they're going to see any use. So these guys could be relatively useful on the team. Now, an interesting option for sure, depending on how you want to go about building the team, is this AGL Carnival Goku from the anniversary, with the Turtle School leader skill for 200%, because obviously almost every Goku card in the game, if not every Goku card in the game, is on Turtle School. So whilst that means you can't use any of the other Goku family characters, like any Gohans or Gotens or Bardoks or anything like that, you can just build a full team of Gokus, and you could just build a full team of Goku LRs, and the entire team would be getting the 200% leader skill. So I think, honestly, one of the best ways to go about it is probably just to do that, right? Use this guy, use all LR Gokus with as many of them as AGL as possible. It just means you can't use any of these other Goku family characters other than Goku's. But very, very good. Everyone gets the full 200% leader skill. Otherwise, if you don't want to use him as a leader, he's perfectly fine to use on the team. He builds up by taking hits. He can survive KO attacks and has the healing thing. He can also counter Ki Blast super attacks. He's just a very solid unit. And for something like EZAs, he will be very, very good. Then we also have another old school unit here, the LR Super Saiyan Gohan. Obviously, he's not going to be able to transform in this event, but he leads Kamehameha for 3 ki and 180, which of course a lot of the Goku family characters are on. Or he leads Super AGL for 3 ki 130. So even if you end up with a Goku family character who isn't on Kamehameha for some reason, you can use a Super AGL one and still be on this guy's leader skill. So Gohan can be pretty decent. He has guard as long as you have enough HP. He builds up defense. So for something like an EZA, he can definitely still be very useful on the team and can be a decent leader if you've got like a full Kamehameha build. And then of course another option, if you want to vary things a little bit, we have the Super Saiyan God Goku, who has Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans, 4 ki 150. Now I mentioned this guy because he's an LR. Remember that in Extreme Z battles, you can't use characters with the same names. So you could use the physical TUR God Goku instead, because he leads Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans for 170 and then gives plus 30 to Power of Wishes or Exploding Rage. So some of the characters on the team would get the full 200%. It just means you'd be using the TUR God Goku instead of the LR. And the thing is, it's not a bad thing to have 1 or 2 TURs on the team, but just remember, the more you have, the more likely you are that you end up with like a starting rotation where you only have 1 LR, and so they don't get legendary power active, and then you don't do as much damage. So this guy could definitely still be worth using. I think if you do want to rely on them for the leader skill, I still probably would go for the physical TUR one if you have him, just so the rest of the team is more powerful, and then just not run as many other TURs on the team, right? Because if you only got 1, you're never going to end up on a rotation where you've got 2 TURs, right? So that can work out perfectly fine. So this guy could be good on the team as another LR to get legendary power, or he can be sort of like a last resort leader for putting together Gohans, Gotens, and Gokus all on the same team for Goku Family. So then we have units like Beast Gohan. Now, any EZA where you can use Beast Gohan, obviously if you have him, it's going to make that event significantly easier, especially one like this where he is a Goku Family character, so of course he's on the weakness category. And then he leads Superheroes, Bond of Master and Disciple, or Miraculous Awakening. Now, with the combination of those categories, you absolutely can make a team where every single character is a Goku Family unit. I mean, just with superheroes, you have some of the units that we're going to talk about soon with like all the UI Gokus. I think UI Goku's on Miraculous Awakening as well. Some of the Gohans are obviously on Bond of Master and Disciple. So this guy, you could just run double Beast leaders, really. And of course, with how ridiculous Beast Gohan is, he will clear through the early stages very, very easily. So a double Beast team absolutely can get this stage done. You're just limited to some of the Goku Family characters you can use, but the trade-off is you get to use Beast Gohan. Obviously, you can use him if you're running any of the other Goku Family leads, but you could run a double Beast team, and that could potentially work out the fastest way of doing the entire event, right? Because superheroes includes characters like this guy right here, AGL UI Goku. Now, for EZAs and any short content, this guy's always going to be super good because he has guaranteed dodge on the first turn. So he can't take any damage on the first turn. He's an LR, he's an AGL, so he's got the type advantage, legendary power, he can do a ton of damage. Good chance to crit, guaranteed if you get 24 key, and then guaranteed crits on any additional supers regardless. So this guy absolutely is a go-to unit for the team. Miraculous Awakening or Reps of Universe 7, I think you probably could make a full Goku family team, but he's definitely not ideal for the lead for this. He's just probably like the #1 unit to put on the team after your leader, right? You pick your leader, and then you put this guy on the team, right? Or potentially Beast if you're not using Beast as the leader. But this guy is an absolute top choice for the team. With that guaranteed dodge, legendary power, he's just an absolute top pick for this team, for this event. Then we also have, of course, the Tech UI Goku. So he also has a varied leader skill, with including Realm of Gods. So you definitely can make a full Goku family team with his leader skill. But obviously, ideally, you want to be running him alongside the AGL UI and having them linked together. Of course, if you don't have the Tech UI, you can use the STR one. You can't use them both, of course, because they have the same name. So remember, though, that this guy is not at his best until he transforms. And EZAs don't normally last enough turns that you will see this guy transform. So I would say in certain cases, if you're like me and you've got this guy at 55%, but then you have this guy like rainbowed, obviously with his EZA, it's probably better to use this guy. I don't know why his art's not loaded here, but potentially I think it just depends on the dupe levels. Now, if you wanted to run this guy as the leader, to get like a full 200 team, give the AGL UI Goku the full 200 leader skill, this guy obviously is better for the leader skill. But like I say, if you've got him with no dupes, and then you're just running a standard Goku family team, and you want a UI Goku to pair with AGL, this guy probably would be better, just because he's stronger in the earlier turns, especially if you can get him a bunch of dodges in slot 1, and he gets a bunch of stacks. So this guy like Rainbow, probably going to be more effective than this guy at 55%, at least in a short event like an EZA, right? So then we have the AGL LR Super Saiyan Goku. Now, depending on how many Super Saiyans allies are on the team, he will be a little bit better. So it kind of depends how you want to build the team. But he could still be very good. Type advantage, gets extra key, and then the attack and defense, crit chance, and everything with the rainbow orbs. So this guy can be pretty solid. Now, of course, he is Super Saiyan Goku, which is a very common name amongst these units. I think someone like the Tech Super Saiyan Goku could be really useful in this event, because obviously he has the guard as long as you're above the HP threshold. He's raising defense permanently on the 18 key super, but of course he has the revival, which the only condition is the start of turn HP. So if you're finding the later stages a bit more difficult, you can throw this guy on the team, and then if he's coming in on turn 2 or even turn 3 and you're on low HP, he can get killed, or anyone on the rotation get the revival, and then you're right back into it on the next turn. So I think if you're going to use a Super Saiyan Goku in terms of the LR, I'd probably run this guy. There is also the STR one from the Hachiak special, who's a super class unit's allies defense like support, which I guess he could be useful on the team as well, just to buff everyone's defense a little bit. But if you are running like the full LR's team, you probably want to just go all out offense anyway and kill the boss as quickly as possible. But this guy can be good, like I say, if you're finding the later stages tougher, just for having the revival. Then of course we have the STR Future Gohan. Of course, a Goku family unit as well. He gets really good defense after supering, really good damage reduction, so he will not take a lot of damage. He's just a unit that can kind of be there on the team as a slot filler. He's probably not a top pick, but if you put your first 5 units on the team and you're really not sure who else to bring in that 6th slot, this guy obviously can be very, very good. Very strong defensive option, just can be there floating in slot 3, another LR providing the legendary power link, but you don't really have to worry about him getting you killed. So now I did want to mention a few TURs. Obviously, if you did summon for Golden Week and you got the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, he is very, very good. You can make a full Goku family team with his leader skill as well. But I probably wouldn't recommend using him as a leader. He's really, really good slot 1 tank. He loses damage reduction as the turns go on, but EZAs are quite short events, so you don't have to worry about that too much, and he should be very, very tanky. He does decent damage. He's got the active skill as well. You do need Buu Saga allies for him to be at his best, but he certainly can be very, very good. We also have the AGL Pan. If you did get any of the 50% supports, she's really good. Obviously, she buffs Super AGL by a significant amount. So if you are running a mostly AGL Goku family team, she can be really good. Her super attack effect raises allies' attack and defense by 30% for 2 turns. So really, really good super attack effect. So she's worth considering bringing on the team. You could run a full team of like AGL LRs and then just have her as a floating support, and she'd be powering them all up significantly. We also have the tech Gohan, a very good defensive unit. If you're low on LRs for the team, then very, very strong defensive unit, can get a bunch of attacks off, so he can just be solid. We all know how good tech Gohan is. Also, I did mention a bunch of the other God Gokus, but because we're fighting a movie boss enemy, if you are finding the later stages a bit tougher, you can run this guy, because obviously he gets the 77% damage reduction against a movie boss enemy, so he will be a pretty much unkillable tank, so he's a very good defensive option. And then I also wanted to mention the Super Easy A Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because he's got type advantage. If you didn't have enough LRs to build like the full LR team, but you did have this guy and the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku from Golden Week, that rotation will obviously be very, very powerful and can still do a decent amount of damage despite not being LRs. So those are like the top picks. If we go back to the category, obviously like you've got units like Tech Bardock and the STR Goku and Gohan. Not the best, but like last resort leaders, I guess. I didn't mention any type disadvantage units, but I guess physical Ultimate Gohan, especially if you're running Beast Gohan, can definitely be really, really useful. And then I tried not to go into too many of the TURs. I picked out the AGL ones that I thought were the best. This Gohan has like a heal active skill that can be kind of useful, but his defense is definitely not the best anymore. And then, yeah, there's a whole bunch of TURs. We didn't go into great detail with TURs. Dragon Fist Goku, you can't run him and the Super Easy A one though, because they have the same name, so the Super Easy A one probably better. A couple of the World Tournament units like the STR High School Gohan or Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman could be decent supports for the team. Same with like STR Bardock. And then again, we didn't really mention physical units outside of like God Goku as a leader. Kid Goku, for giving everyone damage reduction, could be okay, but obviously if he gets supered, he'd take a ton of damage. But there you go. Those are the top picks and honorable mentions for the LR TURLES Extreme Z battle. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like I said at the beginning, if you think there's any units I missed out or should have talked more about, why they would be good for this event, let us know down below. And of course, let me know your team build for the TURLES Extreme Z battle down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.